Today, I thought what would happen if I rated my subscribers' fingerboards, or in other words, you guys. So this video, I'll be rating your guys' fingerboard setups 1 through 10. So how this is going to work is all of you sent photos of your fingerboard setups over on the Discord, and it was over on the Fingerboard showcase section of the Discord. And basically, you guys just sent a bunch of photos of your completes. So this video is basically me just rating your guys' fingerboard setups. That's pretty much as simple as it is. So the first fingerboard setup comes from the user over on Discord, gauge_ah. So this fingerboard setup, that is definitely a real wear graphic because the graphic is pretty much gone. So these trucks look like they're tech deck trucks, and then I can't really tell where you got that board from. There's a little bit of like wording behind like the front truck, but it also just looks like you have some China wheels. So I'd rate this about 4.5 out of 10. This next board is from the user Gil_cow. Interesting name. And they also sent a message saying that these are $35 urethane wheels and $40 deck with some upgraded tech deck trucks that have blue bushings. Probably my most expensive fingerboard. So let's take a look at it. This board looks like it's from the Urethane Junkie over on Instagram. That's their username, but they also have their own kind of brand of fingerboard anyways. So it's kind of surprising that they have this nice of a board but only tech deck trucks, but this is a pretty nice setup, not gonna lie. It looks really clean, so I'd rate this a solid 6 out of 10. And this is another board from that same user. They also have kind of maybe a 34, it almost looks like a 35mm fingerboard, still using their tech deck trucks and their same wheels. And those are pretty nice wheels. So I'd rate this one probably about a 6.5 out of 10. This next setup is really nice. This is from Port FB, and boy is this setup clean. So you have the dynamic trucks, which are pretty high end, and you also have a different colored plate on the bottom. So that is pretty nice. Nice high quality lock nuts. I can't really tell if those are or not. Pretty nice bushings. I don't really recognize those, but they almost look like a real skateboard bushing. They have pivot cups. Those look like ill pills, pretty much the exact same ones that I have, and a really nice board. It looks like a real wear graphic. So that is a pretty nice board. I have to rate that at least 9.5 out of 10. This next one comes from scene_Ethan515. And this is an interesting setup. So he's still rocking the tech deck wheels and the tech deck trucks. Wait, I'm actually just noticing he has the same bushings that I showed how to make in a video. So that is automatically a pretty high score. You can definitely tell he used the bicycle tube bushings that actually do work pretty well. I can also tell he watches my videos quite a bit because he has the rails on the side of his board just to prevent your tech deck from getting scratched. But yep, tech deck trucks, tech deck. A little bit of upgraded parts, so I'll rate this about 5.5 out of 10. This next one comes from Astrox, and this is a pretty nice setup. This setup, I can't tell if the deck is like hand drawn or if that's just what the graphic looks like. And then it looks like you just have some flat face trucks that are some of the fire trucks. You do have like a black plate on the bottom. Can't tell whether you painted that or not. And then I can see that you have some plastic wheels, but I've heard that these ones are kind of smooth. So I'll rate this one about another maybe 6.9 out of 10. Nice. All right, this next picture is a whole bunch of setups, like 7 setups, and it's from Jonah Vanden. So this is the photo, and that is 7 fingerboards with all nice high quality parts on them. So I see this one board with dynamic trucks, and it is the one that is kind of worn out, and it's like the bottom one, second from the farthest row to the left. I don't know if that made sense, but it looks like you have maybe some either really worn out ill pill wheels or just some maybe smaller ill pill wheels. Those look like 34mm dynamic trucks. Can't really tell which board that is, but I'll rate that about an 8 out of 10 because that is a pretty nice setup. This next one comes from Faded Fingers, and this definitely looks like a homemade board. Like that definitely looks like paper. Actually, yeah, it is paper. It has the lines on it. So pretty nice setup, I guess. Definitely rocking those tech deck trucks, and those do look like some cheap bearing wheels. I can't really tell what type they are, but I'll rate that about a 4.5 out of 10. This next one is from Mankai25, and this is a pretty nice looking setup just by the looks of it. I don't really know what wheels these are, but they definitely do look like urethane wheels, so already pretty nice. Those either look like Black River trucks. Yeah, I would definitely say those are Black River trucks. Pretty nice deck. Can't really see the grip tape from this angle, but I'll rate this one about an 8.5 out of 10. This picture is another one with a few different decks, but one complete. And this one comes from Dawn_Manalo. 305. Or in other words, da baby. Automatic 10 out of 10 just for that profile picture. On to the next one. Just kidding. So I can't really tell what type of trucks those are because they're way too dark colored up against your board. Those do look like kind of cheaper plastic wheels, but they do look pretty smooth. Pretty nice board. I'll rate that about a 7.5 out of 10. This next board comes from LS. And this board is just a pretty standard tech deck. It does look like you maybe added some different bushings to it, but it's a little bit hard to tell. Those yellow wheels do look nice, I must say. 5 out of 10. Next one comes from Front Shove Underscore, and this is a pretty good looking board. Those maybe look like some sort of urethane wheels, and I can't tell whether those are like the old dynamic trucks or if those are just some like newer type of trucks. Maybe Black River trucks, but they kind of don't have the shape of Black River trucks. Pretty nice deck, so I'll rate this one an 8 out of 10. Pretty nice setup. This one is another one from Front Shove Underscore, and this one is pretty nice. These look like the same wheels and trucks, but these ones do look a little bit more worn in, so they could be different trucks. And I do like that board, the graphic looks pretty nice. So I'll rate this one an 8.5 out of 10. This setup is another one from Faded Fingers, and I can't tell whether that's a tech deck. It kind of looks like it, or if it's just like a really glossy wood deck. And those trucks, they almost look like the same trucks you get from an Amazon board, but these almost look like they're in 34mm, which I've actually never seen. And then those wheels are definitely still those kind of cheaper Amazon bearing wheels. I'll rate this one about a 6 out of 10. This next one, the name is super hard to pronounce. It's Ralph. Dot. And this is probably my favorite setup out of all of these. You got those dynamic trucks that are yellow. I can't tell whether you got them yellow or if you painted them. They're definitely not too worn out, but that deck with the yellow, I don't know, it just looks really good. I can't tell what wheels those are, but they almost look like some sort of ill-pill wheel. Definitely urethane because I can see the dirt on the wheels, but this setup is really clean. I have to rate this board 9.6 out of 10. So far, our new leader. This next board is from Sour Skittle Bojid. All right, I can't tell whether this is a 32mm board or a 34mm board or a 33, that could be the case. And this is a pretty nice setup. It looks like you have ill-pill wheels, but you haven't really used them too much. Pretty nice deck, and those either look like Black River trucks or probably just some flat-faced trucks. I'll rate this one about a 6.7 out of 10. Next one comes from C-Build, and this is pretty much most of our first fingerboard. At least proper fingerboard aside from a tech deck. This is just a standard teak tuning fingerboard. Everything looks pretty stock about it. You've definitely worn out the trucks a little bit. You can see the paint there. I'll rate this about a 5 out of 10. This next one is from Skate_Ginger, and this board is pretty nice. It kind of has a little bit of an old school shape to it. Definitely have some nice trucks on there. Those are dynamic trucks. I don't really recognize that name of board, but I can just tell by looking at it that that's a nice board. Those look like urethane wheels, but I actually don't know. Just for how good this setup looks, I actually am gonna rate this 10 out of 10. This is a nice looking board. This next name is also super hard to pronounce. Cam. In this board, you definitely have some used, maybe ill-pill wheels, but they kind of have a bit of a round shape to them. They could just be some older ill-pills, but definitely urethane wheels because of how dirty they are. You got those dynamic trucks. Actually, I don't know if those are dynamic trucks or not. They do have the same pin as dynamic trucks, but I don't really know. Definitely a real wear graphic, and this actually does look pretty cool how it's worn out like that. It really does look like just a real skateboard. I'll rate this one 8.1 out of 10. This next name is super easy to pronounce. It's heart / bracket comma thingy swoopy upside down bracket, another one of those comma thingy. I'll just show you. Super easy to pronounce. And focus. Focus. It's on autofocus. I'll turn it off of autofocus, back onto autofocus. There we go. If you have a camera that is lightly used and better than mine, please hit me up on Instagram. I might actually want to get it. This picture is a little bit blurry. It kind of looks like a tech deck. Those are definitely tech deck trucks, and it almost looks like you have 2 tech deck wheels on each corner, and then maybe some like Amazon bearing wheels on the side. Honestly, I have to rate this about a 3 out of 10. This next one comes from Camaro Dude 164, and this is just a tech deck that you strip the paint off of, and you still have tech deck wheels. you still have Tech trucks. It looks like you do. Wait, are you still running plastic bushings in that? I don't even really know. Those kind of look like they could be rubber, but at the same time, those do just look like the plastic bushings. Please just make yourself some bushings. It's not that difficult. If you did have other bushings, I'd probably rate this about a 4.5 out of 10. This next board is from Port FB, another one. And this is just a Tech Performance series. And Port, I don't know really what you are doing because those still look like Tech wheels on there. And you already showed us your setup with your dynamic trucks. So I don't really know why you've switched to a Tech Performance series, but I don't know, you may just like the feel of a Tech. But the graphic on this board is pretty nice, so I'll rate this about a 6.8 out of 10. This next one also comes from that Don_Manolala 305. I'm a little confused with this deck. I think this may be a 3D printed deck. I'm actually pretty sure it is. It looks like it's kind of painted, but it's a 3D printed deck. Yeah, it's definitely plastic, but it's not a Tech deck, and I can kind of see like the grooves that the 3D printer would have left. And kind of some cheaper wheels, but those still look like pretty nice wheels. And then just some maybe flat-faced like fire trucks. But parts-wise, I would still probably rate this board a 8 out of 10. And for the final board, we also have another one from Sour Skittle Boyjeda. And I'm pretty sure this board has just Amazon trucks on him. And when I say Amazon trucks, I just mean this. Just those trucks that kind of have just a sharp edge on the edges, and they're honestly not that good. I prefer Tech trucks over Amazon trucks. But the kickflip test though. Oh yeah, back to rating my subscribers' fingerboards. So you have Amazon trucks, and I can't really tell if that's a high quality board or kind of a cheaper board. Just the shaping and stuff, it does kind of look like a bit of a cheaper board. Kind of some cheaper bearing wheels, and I actually see on one of these wheels, the bottom left wheel, I can't tell if that's just the nut on it or what, but it almost looks like the bearing has kind of pushed the wheel a little bit. I'm not 100% sure, but it kind of looks like that. I'll rate this one about a 5 out of 10. And that is it for rating my subscribers' fingerboards. And leave a comment down below if I should do another one of these videos, because that was honestly pretty fun. Also, sorry if I rated your fingerboard low, but parts on a fingerboard are parts on a fingerboard. If you want to be featured in the next video, just like this video and send a picture on Discord of your setup over on the Fingerboard setup page. My fingers are so cold. It's only about like 15 degrees where I am right here. Like inside, not outside. It's like -2 outside. And I'm wearing a t-shirt and I'm resting my arms on metal. So my fingers are actually pretty cold. Everything is just so slow. But that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to smash the subscribe button right over there if you're not subscribed. This month alone, we've gained so many subscribers, so I thank you all for that. 2 more videos down there. Social media links are in the description down below, and also the Discord link expires every 72 hours, so I'm constantly resetting that. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.